Are you winning? This is the future of gaming.
This is the present of gaming.
The future is now.
No. Did you press?
Yeah. Jason slapped our blinds, so we're fixing
I didn't
them.
slap. I was trying to fix them. They were already messed up. They're all like, I don't know what's going on.
Our blinds that aren't even in the
I was
background.
flipping them all the wrong way.
Dude, you were making it worse.
Oh, shoot. Wait,
You
no.
just did it. Stop!
Wait, what is it? Wait. Okay. What am I trying to do? Wait.
I don't know. You tell me. Dude,
Hold on.
It's literally fixed.
Hey, yeah. Woo! Okay.
So,
that was I mean, was that an intro?
I guess.
No, that was not an intro.
Yes, it is.
What is that? Where are we at now? I'm lost.
We're back. That's what we are. We're back in the scene.
Are we post intro? Was that
Yes!
Was that really just the opener to the
You're just combobulated, but I know everything.
You're telling me that us fixing the blinds was the opener to this podcast.
It can be whatever you want it to be. Oh.
Roll the intro. See, I said that. I don't know if we rolled the intro because you won't answer my questions.
I said yes. But just for you, I'll change the something.
Okay. Let me calm down.
In case you can't tell, Jason's sick.
I'm sick, and welcome to the podcast.
He took a lozenge, but it doesn't seem to be lozenging much.
I'm thoroughly lozenged. But you should give some context to what's going on here.
So
nice context. So what happened is
everything's wrong. We're recording this the day of, and Jason's sick.
Not my fault.
We
Your
had
fault, and
we had our family over to watch Christmas movies yesterday.
We could have done it earlier, but this guy was working on an animation for the podcast, which I don't know what it is because he won't show me.
I showed you it.
Is that all it was?
No, there's technically more.
So a 2-second intro to the podcast that he was working on all yesterday, which means this might not even be up, so the animation might have all been for naught anyways. But, yeah, no, it's definitely my fault.
It's all good.
But
Isn't?
Today we're... Why don't you
This just has to be up by today.
Why don't you tell
That's
me
the
what we're
only
talking
promise
about
I
today?
made. What we're talking about? We're talking about all sorts of stuff. I didn't say this earlier because I wanted to spring it on you. Consider yourself sprung,
Okay.
boy. I wanted to discuss the channel some because I got
No
plans,
way.
dog. I got plans.
We're going big with the... Whoa.
I don't know if you want to start with those or
We're
end
going
with those.
full
though.
time with the POD. Well, they're not interesting, so...
Well, no, it is because if it's anticipation for the future, then I mean...
You think... Yeah, but if we want to gain viewers, then... Sure to maybe...
And updates are important.
Okay, viewers that are watching maybe would be interesting, but new viewers, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to subscribe
What
now
is
that
that? It looks like an echo.
I'm going to subscribe now that they talked about their channel for 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, because I want to do new stuff, and that's...
Well, now you already teased it. I mean, you teased it for me. Why not make it
And then
at
we're
the
going to
end?
leave it as a hook.
Yeah, for the end. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so do you want to, because obviously this is going in the title, do you want to talk about COPPA last?
Okay. Okay, what are we talking about first? We just have to decide that.
Did you watch the
losing
YouTube
time.
Rewind?
Yes, because I'm a normal person, unlike you who
But
boycotts them.
I don't boycott it. I just don't care. You're anti-boycotting. It's like, I know this is bad, but I got to watch it because culture
I didn't know it was bad. I watched it literally minutes after it came out.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know it came out until way after everyone had already reacted to it.
I did not know it was bad. I just watched it.
Okay, so then you didn't
I was hoping it was good because they said they were going to put in PewDiePie, which is technically true, but only on the basis of that it was cold hard data, and so they couldn't really deny that he was the most viewed YouTube channel.
Dude.
That's literally the only
This was
reason.
all a workaround so that they could like have an excuse to show PewDiePie
Exactly.
without, like, seeming like they're siding with him.
They can't side with
him. It's the data.
It's literally
the data.
Yeah, it's actual just factual
it's the
statistics.
Data, guys.
But that makes it completely meaningless that they did that.
So you managed to
for
have
everybody, not just for him. I shouldn't say that
not
either.
just for him.
Anybody that was on there, it doesn't even feel like it means anything.
Yeah,
it
there's no inspiration.
It was just a handful of random statistics.
It could have been computer generated. Like everything at YouTube, it
basically
could have been
was computer generated with some fancy animations.
And that was your candid reaction before you heard anybody else's.
Yes.
Okay.
It just seemed very insincere.
And so then why would I want to watch it?
It seemed insincere to anybody. Just to be able to give an informed opinion on it. You're not allowed to talk about it unless you've watched it.
Well, no, I don't plan to talk about it. That's why I was asking you.
Well, that's my opinion. I think that's the general sentiment. It lacked any sort of sincerity or value to anybody because it was just statistics. It was just like, oh, look at the top 10 makeup channels and the top 10 gaming channels. Oh, here are the top 10 games.
Oh my goodness, makeup channels.
Roblox was number 10. You know, that's thanks to me because I played it a while back.
Yeah. It all blew up because you... have you had Roblox on your channel at all?
Nope. Never have, never will. I haven't played it in years except for
a
couple weeks ago.
I dare you to play Roblox.
May or may not be the intro of this video, me playing Roblox. And I actually thought about playing Roblox on my channel. Anyways, first topic, since you still haven't gotten to a topic yet. I thought you said there was a fountain of them, since we haven't talked for 3 weeks.
Yeah, but some of them are obscure,
which, by the way,
some of them are outdated.
You never explained why we've been gone for 3 weeks, which is what I was trying to tell you to do in the beginning.
That's one of the topics.
Okay, I'm going to blow my nose while you do that.
Okay. Jason's crawling under the green screen right now, going to give you some visuals. So, basically, well, I want to say I almost failed half my classes, but in the end, I failed none of them, so that seems like a stretch. But I felt that I was at risk of failing half of them. So I had to prioritize exclusively my college work. But guess what? College is over for 1 week now. I go back on the 6th. I got 2 weeks off. Then the next semester starts.
Keep going.
You almost knocked over the green screen.
Yeah, you just faced away from the microphone. They probably couldn't hear that.
So... I mean, it's not like as soon as I go back this next semester, the podcast channel is going to go right back to being empty because obviously it's not going to be super busy the first few weeks. Hopefully, got a senior design project.
But after this semester, my own YouTube channel's coming out. My own YouTube channel. I'm gonna start making content on my own channel.
I'm gonna start beating up Jason on his channel. I'm literally gonna jump into the middle of his videos and start.
I hope you do.
Wailing on him, just going to town.
I'm literally.
When we have, I mean, this kind of spoils it, but when we have our own channels on April Fools, I was thinking, what if we we already discussed this, not on the podcast, but in person. I think we did.
No.
We would switch channels and we would just pretend it was each other.
We didn't. I think you're schizophrenic.
Except that kind of doesn't work because I didn't necessarily plan to show myself in person on my channel at all. But that would still be funny.
Maybe, unless I don't want to associate you with you at all. Did you think about that?
Oh, you're just gonna ditch me?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought of this. What if we have our two channels, but we make a point of never referencing them?
That's what I want to do.
And then that'd be cool because then we would know that we wouldn't be promoting each other's channels. It would all be naturally accumulated views and stuff. So obviously the crossover would be the podcast, and you would probably still have that linked on the side of your channel.
Yeah.
Because
other than that, I don't want to associate with you at all.
Well, makes it seem rude.
That's by choice. Yes, it is.
Dude.
Next topic.
That's rude.
Have we talked about anything yet? We're 10 minutes in. Have we talked about anything?
Yes, we have. Do you want to talk about how you were supposed to make an update. I told you. I was like, oh, I told you when I was.
What am I supposed to make? I can't do your fancy animations.
No. Well, see, that's the thing. I told you when I was knee deep in college, I was all like, man, I would love to do another one of those like little animated, just like keep them busy videos. Sort of like an update, but not really, because it's not like much has happened except that I haven't been able to do anything. Or an apology video as you do it with little rain visual effects on the background.
That was a joke, but yeah.
But, so I was like, but I can't do that because I'm still knee deep in college. I'm so busy. And then I brought that up to you like twice, and the second time you're like, oh, I can make something small. And I was like, really? And I was like, yeah. It was it won't be an animation, but it'll be something.
I could have, but I was like, it wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, but then you never did anything. And then I got back from college, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to animate something. And so I did.
It wouldn't be very sincere, in my opinion. It just wouldn't fit the vibe of the channel either.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. I want to expand the channel. So we can have as many vibes as we want.
Okay. Well, we can't get into that because that's at the end, I'm assuming.
All the vibes.
So, next topic. Do you want me to talk about my dream?
Oh, yeah, sure, dude. Okay. Let's go.
So, I actually...
it's getting personal.
I'm busy while I pull up. I wrote down basically the summary of the dream, so I'm kind of read off of that.
Dude, nice. You keep a dream journal, too?
Nope, but for this I did. I used to.
You keep ruining my dream journal.
I used to because I really wanted... People always talked about how cool it is to feel like you're flying in your dreams.
I never get that.
But I've never experienced it. And so I was like, how do I lucid dream? How do I achieve a lucid dream? And they said if you write down your dreams, keep a dream log, it'll help you become lucid during your dreams. So I used to do that because I really wanted to be able to fly. That's it.
You're just looking at me, talking about this so passionately, and then in the end you're just like...
Because you're just sitting here like stone face, just... Okay.
Because I don't know.
Okay.
Because lucid dreaming has never appealed to me. I have this phenomenon.
Yeah, I want to fly. There's only one way. It's not going to happen naturally, apparently. My body doesn't want to fly.
No,
I want to fly.
I've never been big into flying, like conceptually or
otherwise.
otherwise.
Yeah, because you have a fear of heights. I
was going to say, that might have something to do with it.
I'm big into flying. Now, let me read this.
Everyone's afraid of heights.
Here's the part. Here's where the dream, or what I remember of it. Here's where it started.
Okay, hit me.
I was going to my friend's house, Michael's house, okay? And being driven by someone. At this point, I don't know.
Driven.
I don't know if it was concrete in my mind or in my memory who was driving me.
Not flying yet.
But as I go up to the door of his house, I turn around and see that the person that drove me is leaving. You know, they dropped me off. They're
I keep thinking you're gonna start saying something about flying, and he flew away.
No, there was no flying in this, unfortunately. But the person driving away was Logan Paul. And in the dream, I thought of them as my brothers.
What?
I wasn't Jake Paul.
I was about to say that would make you Jake Paul.
But he was my brother. But yet, like, the actions of Logan were based off of my sister, based off Caitlin.
Dude, what?
And
I was about to say, I can see how you would, because...
So here's what...
Kristen is a bit rambunctious.
Just listen.
And, well,
no, it has to
so
do with,
am I.
I pieced it together.
But Caitlin is the least Logan Paul of all of us.
I will explain why. I pieced it together in my mind. So, Logan Paul starts erratically driving from side to side up the Lessard's Road. That's his last name.
Oh, my goodness.
Up that road. Swerving and skidding in a mock drunken act. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
And it was also raining, which gave a, oh no, don't do that, you could slide and have an accident vibe. Which of
You're
course...
You're reading the notes exactly here. They're getting poetic.
It was literally just like, it was raining, which I guess, for some reason in my mind, I just thought, oh, it's raining, you have to drive as if it's snowing, like super careful, but... So here's where it gets kind of insane. So halfway up the road, there's a man with a megaphone standing in the middle of the road, and as Logan Paul drives up there, he stops him, and he rolls down his window, and with the megaphone, he just shouts, "Stop driving like that," okay? And then I'm still standing on the porch of the house, not gone in yet, and then
Is Michael in this dream at all?
Yes, technically. We're not there yet.
He jumps in at the last second?
Slowly, the person with the megaphone morphs in the dream, and I, like, start recognizing him, and he's my high school principal.
What? Okay, my dreams aren't this weird.
They haven't been in a while, and I don't normally remember my dreams. That's why I thought he was insane.
Like, I think this is par for the course for a lot of people's dreams, but my dreams are not this weird.
So my principal, the guy in the road, and Logan Paul talk for a bit. The principal laughs, which is based off the fact that I feel like my principal is so nice that he could not really get mad at anybody for doing anything.
Oh, you crazy kids.
And then Logan Paul skids off up the road.
Skids?
So I go into my friend's house, and he drives off. And we play some games, me and my friend, hanging out, sleep over. But by the time it starts getting dark, I get worried. What if Logan Paul died on his way home?
Oh, my goodness.
And this is like a genuine, I'm in fear.
Logan,
now,
are you okay?
You have to remember this. This is like when you have a dream where you lost a tooth and you freak out, and then you wake up and you didn't lose a tooth. You know what I'm talking about? I literally thought my brother died. And, I literally, was 99% sure that my brother died.
I've had that dream once or twice.
And in my mind, it's you, except for it's Logan Paul, but it's you. But it's also my sister. It's this weird, connected... So by the time it gets dark, I go onto Google, and I look up, is Logan Paul dead? Because he's famous, so, there would be a death report if Logan Paul died, right? So I check the news, and I search if there's any deaths, and immediately what comes up is 10 recent articles saying that both Jake and Logan Paul were found dead.
Dude.
And then I hold it together for the rest of the night. I mean, my brother died, and his half-brother died, or whatever relation Jake has to Logan in this dream.
Are they half-brothers?
No, I'm saying whatever weird relationship in the dream
there's 7 different people at once.
They were brothers, except for they were brothers, but I wasn't brothers with Jake, so... And I didn't write this down, but I remember now.
I think this is just the sickness getting to your head.
I vaguely remember something about Jake. It was revealed that Jake hadn't died, we learned that. And then I was talking to Jake somehow. I met up with him. And
it's the worst plot ever.
And he was talking about how, he didn't care at all that Logan died.
Oh, my word.
But I don't remember where that fits into the story, because it seems like it doesn't fit with the rest. But anyways, I go home then, in the morning, after I'm done at his house. I go home. And I don't know who drives me home, but I guess it's my parents. And then we were just chilling at home, and Logan Paul busts through the door.
Yo!
And he was just I don't remember where he said he was, but I feel like it was just I was like...
You might want to reduce the volume on that.
Yeah, you might want to. And he just pops in, and he's like, sorry, I was at that 7-Eleven grabbing a smoothie all night.
Well, that's the me part. I love smoothies.
And
grabbing a smoothie all night. I imagine he's just holding on to a smoothie the whole night long. What?
I just made the Pokeball. No, it's just on the 7-Eleven day where you can bring a cup and get a free whatever. He's just got this huge bathtub that he's just carrying all night. He's been
I forgot
filling
they do that. No, it's not smoothies though. It's the
the
icy
Slurpee,
things,
icy,
right?
Yeah. So there's my dream. For anybody who...
You're making me want to clear my throat for you. You're making me want to go but my throat is clear.
At this point, it's not voluntary. Before it was, but I just kept coughing because I was bothered by the mucus.
It's because the lozenge. You don't feel it, but your body knows.
Maybe. I think the lozenge is worn off by now.
It's funny because you would be saying cough drop if it weren't for me. Lozenge.
Well, yeah, I'm going with the running joke. Well, that's my dream. So if you're ever lacking inspiration for any kind of plot line, there's a perfect one. Your brother's Logan Paul and he dies.
My dream plot lines are way more continuous.
I still don't know. Okay, well, actually...
You never flew.
Yeah,
you said that was just context because you were trying to lucid dream. But you never even lucid dreamed. Was that any of that lucid?
No, I never have. I don't think
that was just wild.
I don't think I've ever had a dream where I was conscious.
Well, I was gonna say when I dream, I'm in the back of my head, always aware that it's a dream. Most of the time, I'll say. Most of the time. At least halfway through the dream.
The closest to a lucid dream...
But I choose to ignore it because I actually like the plot of my dreams.
The closest to a lucid dream that I've ever had was... It was a dream where I was at Disney World, in a hotel at Disney World. And this was before we had ever been to Disney World. We've been to Disney World once, but it was before we had ever been. And I'm just imagining it as this magical place. And I'm in this hotel.
Oh, that's what they want you to believe.
On this really high up room. And I'm going to bed. And then as I'm going to bed, our dad, tucks me in. And then he says, open your eyes. My eyes are already open. I'm going to bed.
Your eyes.
And he says, open your eyes. And to me, that was just so creepy. Because he just looks at me and he says, open your eyes. And my eyes are open.
But they weren't.
And then I open my eyes and I'm literally startled as I wake up. And it was the freakiest thing ever.
Dad saved you from a dream world.
But, like, the way it played out was, like, so creepy. It was just silence. I'm in bed. He tucks me and he says, "Open your eyes."
He tucks you into bed only to have you disappear from that reality.
And that was the closest I've ever gotten to lucid dreaming, because then I physically was able to open my eyes. But I don't really think that counts.
Dude, I used to have what I didn't realize was like sleep paralysis, where I would be dreaming
I've never had that,
while my
thankfully.
eyes were open and I couldn't move.
I don't think I've ever had that, and I hope I never do, because it sounds like the scariest thing ever to me.
Well, that's the thing.
I think I would die of anxiety.
I've never had sleep paralysis and had like a nightmare or like those demon apparitions people talk about. Oh, my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Doing a jig on my bed.
I just imagine it as being unable to move, but that's equally scary to me.
Yeah, I was literally
Like,
it was
you're conscious
literally
that
like
you're
I was
awake.
strapped into a, what do they call it? Sensory deprivation, like
Yeah.
VR experience.
Yeah, that's scary to me. But anyways, I wanted to give some explanation as to some of the key points and characters in my dream. So first of all, excuse me. The erratic driving, the reason I believe why there's two parts to that. So first of all, when I was driving with Caitlin, I don't remember where we were going, but I said something about how she was going pretty fast on one of the country roads. She was speeding.
Country road.
And then she just like sped up to like 65 when the speed limit was like 55. So she purposely sped up as a joke. So that it just reminded me of that, and also the fact that, you know, whenever she pulls into our garage, she like goes so fast and whips it.
Yeah.
And
Whips
she
it.
almost like hit the wall one time, or hit the garage, the side of the garage. So that's why it's based off of her as far as the driving. But then also the whole, combined with the whole dying part, I guess, was last night when Dad went to get the pizza and it took him forever and we were starting to get worried.
Yeah.
My
Jason's got pizza on
my-
his shirt.
I do, not as in I spit
I've
pizza
got
on
blood
my
on my shirt.
shirt. Yeah, not like that. I have physical, not physical.
It's my blood. Don't worry.
Moving on. Nelson, it's my blood. Don't worry, I didn't kill anybody. No, but yeah. I guess you probably didn't care about that, but my biggest fear, whenever anybody's like even remotely like a minute late for anything, I'm like, they died, they're gone.
They did.
They had a car crash.
Dude, I feel you on that one.
And so that's how that finagled its way into my dream. Now, as for the Logan Paul, literally I have no clue. Absolutely none. It just appeared. So, there's that.
Yeah. Do you see me as Logan Paul?
No. I don't know where Logan Paul came from, I'm telling you.
You make me out to be like a jerk and a crazy man a lot of the time, so I could see it.
The only reason, I don't think he was in any way based off of you, other than the fact that it was my brother. And it was more of just the fact that when you died, I was like, dang.
I think I just wanted
my
to
brother
believe.
died.
I think I just wanted to believe that I was in your dreams somehow, because you're a pretty frequent character in my dreams, dude. We sleep in the same room.
I rarely remember my dreams, so I can't say who's a frequent character. I don't know.
Dude, you're starting to get replaced with.
But in this case, our whole family was there except for you and Caitlin, because you were combined into this Logan Paul character.
Yes.
Not in any literal way.
Your dream was just full of shapeshifters, dude.
My dream was weird. That's another thing. The really creepy thing. The guy with the megaphone. He just looked like a normal guy at first, but it was like as my memories like rooted into my dream, it turned into my principal. Like his face turned into him, and I can remember that.
How would you not realize at that point that you were dreaming?
I don't know. It was weird.
It's just reality.
Maybe
People
I was
do this all the time.
Maybe I was dreaming at that point, but for some reason, it's still just that effect where when something happens in the dream, it's just like my brother died. I woke up and I was like, "Oh, my brother's alive," which is weird because he already revealed that he was alive in the dream.
Yeah.
So there's a whole nother layer to
It's
that.
like you woke up and was like, was half of that true?
Or maybe I just already forgot that fast the first half or the last half of the dream.
Oh, yeah. Do you forget the latter half? I'm not sure about that. I would think you'd forget the first
Well, I
half.
kind of did because I don't remember much after the fact that he was revealed that he
Dude, I
wasn't
feel like
dead.
we make up the second half of our dreams a lot of the time.
I don't want to talk about my dreams for half the podcast, even though that has already happened. So let's.
Well, I
move
was going
on.
to talk about dreams in general. The one thing I had on this list that I think is genuinely relevant now, you actually made slightly relevant, which is the second boxing match between KSI and Logan.
Just because I said Logan.
I actually kind of wanted Logan to win that.
I did too. I don't like KSI, but
I mean, I don't hate KSI, but he's annoyed me. And Logan Paul, unlike KSI, has actually been trying to become a better person. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is still pretty much just as bad as he always has been.
Yeah, I don't know. I find KSI pretty annoying, and I mean Logan Paul by extension.
They both have just these giant egos.
Yeah.
But like,
KSI
Logan is aware of it, and he actually has said that he's trying to be less egotistical.
KSI's ego is really annoying to me. But I don't really care. Really.
I can't wait for the third boxing match. Jake actually does want a rematch. He legit thinks like they were cheated out of it. And it's not even his thing.
A rematch with who?
He wants there to be a Logan and KSI rematch.
Another rematch.
For his brother, he's like freaking out about this. There's like videos of him like crying about it.
No, Logan. Yeah. They said that's fake, but Logan.
I'm sure it is.
Logan posted a tweet that he was like, I don't know. He showed a picture of them boxing and said congrats to KSI or whatever. He was a pretty good sport.
Yeah, he was a decent sport.
So
he was a bit upset at first though because he lost on like he there were like technicality points off.
Yeah, TKO. Anyways, continue. Next topic.
Continue. I think the world right now is talking a lot about the new Pokemon games that came out, but I feel like neither of us care.
I mean, I'm not going to get the game, so I don't... Once again, it's like I'm not able to form an opinion on something that I don't have, and I haven't looked at it or watched it or anything.
Here's the thing. I don't agree with... Well, also, the biggest... In terms of controversy, the biggest thing that happened is, they said they were redoing all the models, and that was why it was taking... And they weren't able to create all
and the animations are all the same.
But then people, like, data mined or whatever, the game... And they found that the models are, in fact, exactly the same, just they've been retextured slightly. So they were basically lied to.
Yeah, and the animations, like for the double slap and those kind of things, still is just like the cartoon hand.
The part that killed me is that your rival in this game shares an animation with the rival from the exact same other game. And it's like it displays a certain personality type. That either they just got lazy and reused it even though it wasn't applicable, or they got so lazy that it even impacted the writing, and your rival has like the exact same personality as the past one from Sun and Moon.
Wait, I don't even know who the rival is from Sun and Moon.
I forgot his name, but he's the son of that like chief guy. I got to like.
But he's the nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's super.
There haven't been any mean rivals, dude.
Yeah.
Since
Gary.
Since the beginning, I'm saying recently. That's a big complaint actually, but
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing.
So
I was gonna say, people are saying I'm gonna be honest with myself and say that I'm not gonna support this game and I'm not gonna buy it if I really think this is bad. I was doing a double honesty with myself. I was gonna say, I'll get the game if I want the game. I don't agree with this, but I also, if it's fun, I'll buy it. And I was still mostly on board because I don't transfer Pokemon to the new games. So, and also I kind of thought to myself, people have been talking about how they missed the simple times when there was only 150 Pokemon. It's kind of like that again. That's at least one way to view it optimistically. I don't think that you should be forced into that.
Yeah, but I'd rather have the original.
Yeah, I don't think you should be forced into that. Well, a lot of them reappear with new... the one time they bring back a novel idea... They brought back region variants.
Honestly, they should have just nixed like the 5th generation. Those are the worst ones.
5th gen? Is that the one?
In my opinion, 5th gen is the least creative Pokemon.
I think 2nd gen is my favorite. Second or third.
I wasn't talking about favorite. I said least favorite.
I know. I started ranting. But the thing is, all the reviews I heard were talking about how there's like very little end game, post game content. And that the beginning of the game, there's all like tutorials and stuff, drags on, and then it's just over after that. Like it just goes by so fast. And that lack of playtime and replayability, that was what made me say, I don't think I want this.
Well, see, for me...
And that's just game design. So if they can't even do game design right...
No, for Omega Ruby, I won the game and then played it. I played it longer after winning the game than I did before winning the game.
Yeah, because you would stuff a piece of tissue paper into the bottom of the analog stick and run around in circles until your eggs hatch.
I stopped doing that to hatch the eggs. But I almost completed the full decks.
IVs and shinies all day.
I was trying to do that, and I got several shinies, but I almost completed the full decks. That was my goal.
Now you can't do that.
And
well, the national decks, right? Because you would have had to have. Or not the national decks, the local
regional decks?
Yeah, that. Why did
I completed that, yeah.
Okay.
I was working on the national decks.
How are you getting all the Pokemon then? Through trading?
GTS.
Oh, yeah.
The global trade system.
Dude, that's impressive then. Because most people can only accomplish that by bringing in Pokemon from previous generations directly.
And I had a strategy.
Kudos.
I used Yamasks. They were
the way you said that. I used Yamasks?
I believe they were Gen 5. I could be wrong.
I remember you were talking about some strategy with them. Because people would trade for them.
I would ask for a Yamask. I would normally get one without a problem. But what I could do is I could put up a Yamask and get legendaries out of it.
Dude.
I don't know why. I just picked a Pokemon that I thought was pretty rare but kind of looked cool. I chose Yamask. For some reason it worked.
Dude, you better have saved one Yamask, given it a name, and made it your best friend.
Without fail, I always managed to get here's the chain I went up. I started with a Reggie. Regice.
Reggie.
Regirock, Registeel, one of those. And from there I worked up the legendary birds, the I forgot too much about Pokemon. Anyways, I worked up the ladder basically, and then once I got good legendaries, I could get the really.
I remember.
I could get the
Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres.
Well, not those. I'm saying the other legendaries.
There are other legendary birds? I thought you said legendary birds.
Other legendary groups.
Okay.
I worked up the chain. I'm saying.
Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. Did you get those?
Yes, that's the.
Nice.
What I did is I worked up to the
Suicune.
The Reggies to the birds, and then I forget the other steps. But eventually, I was able to get up to.
Dude, I love the Reggies. The sounds they make in the anime.
I was able to get. Wow, you were really interrupting.
I'm sorry.
I was able to get up to a Giratina. I think is the best legendary that I could get, and Giratina is pretty rare. So, yeah.
Dude, that is impressive.
And with the Giratina, then I was pretty much able to get any Pokemon that I wanted. Sometimes the non-legendaries that were really hard to get, I would have to trade a Giratina for. But it worked. And my favorite thing about the GTS was the fact that everybody would always ask for a Mew.
I love that, yes.
Everybody would ask for the stupidest
You literally
Pokemon.
came across one guy who was trying to trade a Magikarp for a Mew. Did you not?
Yeah, probably. And the funniest thing about that is that you're not allowed to trade mythical Pokemon over the GTS. So you couldn't trade Mews, even if you had them. Even if there was hackers that had Mews, you couldn't trade them.
The defining behind mythical Pokemon has always, sort of enamored, sort of confused me. I understand it, and I remember which ones are. They have a similar look to them. They're, tiny, floaty. It's kind of unoriginal, but yeah.
Not all of them. Victini's mythical.
Victini floats and is tiny.
He doesn't float.
Yeah, in Smash Bros. You summon it and it's like...
Yeah,
and then
he doesn't float. He doesn't float normally.
I think he does.
Meloetta, mythical.
You say he, but almost all the legendaries have no gender.
Moving on from Pokemon.
How dare you misgender that Victini, dude?
Well, I talked to somebody and I was like, I'm probably not going to get the game. Because biggest reason for me, which you don't ever see as a factor, is the fact that I don't have money for a game.
Well, I'm talking about, totally in terms of, your interest.
I still wouldn't get it. Okay, yeah. Well, if I had unlimited money, yeah, I'd buy any game, but... So
I'd buy E.T. for the Atari.
Taking off that limitation kind of invalidates anything, if that makes sense.
But you're not really into Pokemon anymore, just in general, right?
No, because I was, but then I didn't like Sun and Moon at all, and then I stopped playing. So... In other words,
you think you'd ever get back into it?
Not going to get the game unless they make it more like Omega Ruby, which was my favorite Pokemon game of all time, and was
what made that so special for you?
The fact that I could.
It's like an interview now.
I really like the map, the dialogue, and the story of the characters, and being able to go out throughout the map and find different stuff.
Yeah, actually, I like that.
I really.
I was hyped about that for Sword and Shield because it had that explorative scenery.
I loved the Mirage Islands. Where you could go to the...
Oh, yeah, those were cool.
Where they changed day to day, and I had to look up the times. At certain times, on certain days, you could find legendaries. And it was, so cool how you walk through these portals on the Mirage Islands and find the legendaries. That was the coolest thing ever.
I remember, I would just watch you do that.
And then there were some Mirage Islands where you could get Pokemon that you couldn't normally get, from other generations and stuff. And I would, I remember I shiny hunted for a Porygon at a Mirage Island for, hours, and I never got it.
What does a shiny Porygon look like? I can't remember.
Blue and lavender-ish color. I don't know how I remember these things, but it's because I really wanted it. Anyways, yeah, so that's why I used to like Pokemon. And I don't know, the Sun and Moon, the storyline and everything about it wasn't as enthralling to me. Now this one does look cool with the world because it has the kind of like Breath of the Wild look to it.
In terms of like, yeah, it's like very open. Yeah. But dude, I keep seeing you like things pop up when you're like in like arm's reach of them. Like you can't see stuff until you get like right next to it. So you'll just be like walking through these empty plains, and then you get near a grass patch and suddenly like little Pokemon pop up. And so it's like it just looks like empty.
Really unrealistic.
Yeah, literally there will be berry trees that won't pop up until you're like in spitting distance.
Wow.
Of them. They'll literally pop up people too. It's hilarious. It's funny.
But yeah, another thing was, of course, completing the national dex and getting shinies and breeding competitive Pokemon. And I like those things as well. And I don't think that the new games offer as much as that. So, yeah.
Dude, but they already have a new season for the new generation of Pokemon in the Pokemon anime.
Anyways, I feel like we should move on to a new topic. We're kind of running out of time.
You don't care about the Pokemon anime? I wish I kept up with it, especially since X and Y was like the best season, and Sun and Moon was apparently good too.
No, I'm just being realistic. We only have like 25 minutes left.
I was going to talk about how I still see people playing Pokemon Go all of a sudden now.
We only have 25 minutes left. How many topics do we have?
Oh, snap. According to you, hardly any.
That's a long list, buddy.
Dude.
Can I read it? How about I read it?
Some of it is like codified.
Boomer/mistaken. Would you like to explain
that? Oh, that's a code name. There was
Boomer/mistaken.
It's about the one time where I wanted to say "Okay, Boomer" to someone. So I was in college, and I was getting on the bus. The bus pulled up to take me to the other side of campus so I could get to my class on time, and I'm literally right behind two other people who are about to get on the bus. The bus just pulled in. The two people get on, and then they close the door in my face. And then I'm like banging on the door, waving like, "Hey, let me in. You literally just closed the door in my face." And the thing is, I didn't even realize I was holding my phone in my hand, but I wasn't even like using it. I had it up so that I could track the bus. There's an app that lets you see when the bus is coming, and I wanted to make sure I got on the right bus because there's a bunch of different numbers of bus. I knock on the door and they let me in, and the bus driver, as they let me in, is like, "Okay, but next time you should be checking the door, not your phone." And I was like, I wasn't even. And then I sit down, and I sit down on the bus, like, whatever. And I'm just chilling. And then I realize every single person on the bus is on their phone, except me. I'm the last person they should have complained about that for. And I was just like, "Okay, Boomer, I wasn't doing anything. You slammed the door in my face."
Nice.
But I don't condone hatred against different age groups.
Well, I thought you were just talking about the phrase "Okay, Boomer" in general, which I've like to
that's a good segue.
I
feel like people are already not using it now. Like it's the meme has died.
So there's kind of classifications to memes now. So there's like lower tier, like really unfunny, overused memes.
Yeah.
And that classifies as things like Baby Yoda, "Okay, Boomer." Anything with Minecraft, pretty much. Like the ones with like the Mike Wazowski faces. All of those are so bad.
The ones you post in our Snapchat group chat.
I just posted the picture of him going like "ee," because it's a funny picture by itself. But every single meme, it's like me win. It's like the
me win. Boomers win.
Sorry, I almost gagged because I coughed up mucus. Sorry, you probably didn't need to know that, but no, the ones where it's like
struggle.
The teacher when the teacher says to pay attention, kid named attention. Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those. It's so bad. And like those I hate those memes. And "Okay, Boomer" just became like that. Like nobody actually genuinely really wanted to say it.
Except maybe our sister.
But it was like this just stupid meme where people were like, "Okay, Boomer. When your mom says eat vegetables, okay, Boomer." Like it was really bad meme like that.
What do you think of this meme that our sister put in the chat?
TikTok. Types of people on Christmas: boys, girls, moms, dads cleaning up all the wrapper paper as soon as possible. That was not that funny.
Of course,
but now we're gonna get copyrighted because the music, Jonathan.
Oh, is that even music?
Silly Gilly.
My brain registered that as sound effects. It's just like
it is music, bass boosted.
We better not, dude. When I got
It doesn't matter because we're not monetized.
on our one video that was like on the 21st of September or around it, I put. Do you remember?
You did?
Yeah, I put that. It was in the video. You never watch. I put it in there for a bit, and it got. I would say it got. Well, yeah, it got copyright strike,
Claim.
but that doesn't mean anything to us yet. If this channel ever gets monetized, we're not going to make anything off of that video.
Oh no, not that one video.
I know, but it hurt.
But
me.
what they can do is they can put ads on it. That would
You know what? This is the time to talk about COPPA though, because
are we done talking about boomers?
when I uploaded my animation. Oh, actually, you can finish up with boomers.
Well, I didn't have much to say other than I talked about how it's an unfunny meme, but also, I do think it's pretty hypocritical for people to, there was a whole discussion of people comparing it to the N-word, which obviously it's not even close to that.
The people who said that they blew it so out of proportion that everybody was just then like, they retaliated again with okay boomer. And can I just say, if your rebuttal to anything is okay person that you are, then you've lost. You don't have an argument.
Exactly. It's stupid.
You're just saying, hey, I don't like you.
And it's hypocritical when they say, okay, when somebody gives a valid argument, or at least even if you disagree with it completely and think it's invalid, it's valid to them, and you just respond with insulting them, basically. That's stupid.
They could have the worst argument in the world, but if you don't even bother to rebuttal it, then they're just as stupid. You haven't changed anything.
So they see it as like we win, we got it funny, make fun of you. Okay, boomer, when it's really just
and you just make them more mad too. So now you've got a mad, stupid person.
Yeah.
And that's never good.
Be kind, people. It's not that hard, and it's gonna get a lot more done than being insulting.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody's insulting to you, I still don't think you should be insulting back.
Yeah, that doesn't...
Just ignore it.
Don't fight fire with fire.
Just ignore it. Just don't...
Ignoramus.
Don't care. If you respond, that shows that you're letting it get to you. Just don't. Just don't. Just walk away. If you disagree, you either have a tempered discussion or walk away because it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. If you don't have... It's like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. If you don't have anything smart to say, then don't say anything at all.
Yeah. Okay, boomer.
Okay, whatever generation I am.
Millennial? No. Gen Z.
I'm not that old. Okay, Zoomer.
Okay, Zoomer.
Look at these podcasts full of couple of Zoomers. They think they know things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a millennial.
I kind of wanted to talk about this a while ago, but I always forget. Apparently, making a podcast is now a thing that people do.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's a hippie thing, apparently. Like, hipsters are like...
No, dude, it's everywhere. Like, even back when we started this, and I was talking about how they're, like, cliche, I was talking about the fact that, like, literally everyone does a podcast.
I don't think I understood
Hey, I might as
that.
well do a podcast. It's like the new vlogs. It's just like, hey, you want an excuse to talk?
Yeah, I don't think I understood that when we started this. I thought this was something original. And I guess to me it was, because I didn't know that was
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
I didn't know that was a thing that people just like...
I mean, that's why I threw
me
it
and my
out
friend,
there,
we're
because it
gonna
was such
start
a
podcast.
That's why I threw it out there, was because it was such an easy, like,
Well, no,
concept.
when you said that, it was like a curveball to me, and I accepted it as a challenge.
Whoa!
But apparently it's just a thing, like, people are like, just think that they can just start something. But you know what, you have no skill, you have no talent, so, yeah, don't. And I'm going to blow my nose again because I'm getting congested, so you can introduce our next topic.
Who are you talking? Are you talking to me? I don't have talent?
I'm talking to people that are trying to start podcasts. Only we have talent. You don't have talent. Don't try it. Don't be a TikToker. You can't. You're not funny.
What I was going to say is, well, you're not here, but I was going to move on to the COPPA discussion. Jason has decided that he prefers to pronounce it COPPA, not COPPA, but I don't know if anybody knows how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Well, the O stands for online. And the online, it makes the aw sound, so it should be COPPA, but I like to say COPPA.
Well, the
because
J in
just
stands for G, so.
Yeah, and I say GIF. I like to be contrarian.
Exactly.
So, about...
What I was going to say is, it brought it to my attention because when I uploaded that animation video to this channel, just to fill in the gaps, last Tuesday, it popped up right before Well, first of all, I got confused and I forgot to add tags because they changed the upload system, the interface.
Yeah, it's in the advanced for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's not hard to decipher, but because it was different, I completely, like, it skipped my mind to add tags. So 3 people have seen the video.
Really
also,
matters.
the thumbnail is boring, but it's because the video isn't
Not that there's
particular.
any tags for the update, really.
Yeah. I just added stuff like update, animation. But when I submitted it, or whatever, it said, "Is this video for children?"
Yeah, you have to say.
And I was like,
No.
well, yes, I hit no because I understand the implications, at least as you would have them. I knew what you would do, and this is like a co-owned channel. But honestly, yeah, it's for everyone. Kids can watch it.
Right, that's what people don't understand. It literally means, and if you read it, it has online, it has it explains what it means by for kids. It literally means like nursery rhymes, like Baby Shark. Think Baby Shark. Or kids playing with toys or playing with Play-Doh. Stuff like that. Nursery rhymes, music videos for children, storybook reading, whatever. Anything like that.
You say that.
Like 5
And that's why you say you're not worried, because obviously you're not making that kind of content. But the thing is, the part people who are worried keep reading is the part where it just says, what qualifies as kid-friendly? And it lists, like, colorful animations, things containing characters popular with kids. And that's so broad. And then here's the thing. COPPA started all this because they didn't want information being gathered on kids. Well,
you say COPPA as if it's an organization.
Well,
the A stands for act. It's a law.
The people behind COPPA, who I'm going to refer to as COPPA, did all this because they didn't want information being gathered on kids. But the thing is, if even just a handful of kids watch your video that's not intended exclusively for them, then information is being gathered on them. So really, in a sense, what they want is this intended for kids at all? And that's the part where I'm like, well, yes, kids are allowed here. They're not the only intended audience, but...
Well, I wouldn't say our podcast isn't family friendly, but I don't think...
I mean, it pretty much is.
I don't think it would really be the most interesting thing to a kid, and I think there are some things that... Oh, no. I think there's some things...
we don't have Jason... We're using my laptop, and the screen just fell asleep.
I
wonder if it'll cut out again.
Yeah, if there was, just know that. I think there's some things that we said that might have been questionable. But, I mean...
we definitely don't say any naughty words.
No, largely, no. But I don't think our content is designed for kids. If a 5-year-old started this video, they probably would have clicked away immediately, unless they got to the part where I talked about Logan Paul. Which, speaking of which, Logan Paul is not at all kid friendly. So
I told you this, and you may or may not have made fun of me slightly. I watched Matt Pat's video on the possible implications of COPPA, and one of the things he brought up is when he was talking about like what defines is aimed towards kids is the fact that like Jake Paul's audience is like his you said it yourself, his stuff that he makes is not for kids, and yet his audience is like all like 9-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So it's like it is for kids anyways, and that's gonna get information from the kids like they didn't want. So that would end up qualifying by their definition.
No, it won't, because he curses way too much.
Well, yes, but then that just shows how ineffective things are.
His content, and especially Jake's, is so mind-numbingly stupid that only kids can find it entertaining. But at the same time, he literally starts off his videos sometimes with just saying, "Hey, what's up?" Curse word? I don't know. I've watched a video where he just opened like that. Like
my favorite
3 words in, he sweared. And so it's conflicting, but if there's swear words, then and he's going to have to mark it as not for children, because if he doesn't comply and it gets marked as not for children, then he'll have a fine. So I know he's not going to do that, because it's literally not, because he swears. I mean, he does censor it, but he swears. Like, there's swear words. It's censored, but it's swear words.
The one thing I haven't also heard until I watched that video analyzing it, though, was that, well, it's obvious now that it's been brought to my attention, but this shouldn't be YouTube's fault at all. They shouldn't have to do anything, because YouTube is not intended for people below the age of 13 anyways.
YouTube Kids is.
Yes, exactly. And you're actually, like... I remember, and we laughed because we didn't even realize it until it happened to us. You were trying to like get on YouTube on like our Wii U back when you were 12, and it was like, sorry, you're 12. We can't let you on YouTube. And we were like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize. But the thing is, YouTube and Google, more so Google, which is the parent company of YouTube now, was bragging about how many kids use their platform. Not YouTube Kids, YouTube. So they're basically saying, check out how many people break our rules. This is crazy. We got an audience. They were literally bragging about it, and then that got their attention, and they were like, kids are watching this? Kids aren't supposed to be watching this. You're gathering information on them. And then this happened. So it's all because they ran their big fat mouth.
Maybe. I don't know that much backstory, but I do know that people were like, "What? This doesn't make sense. There's YouTube Kids for a reason.
Exactly.
Why not just..."
But that's why. That's why, because they were literally talking about, they were showing statistics and talking about, look at how many kids we're reaching. Look at how we've got such a grip on this market. But they shouldn't. They shouldn't have been bragging about that because they aren't supposed to.
Yeah. It's confusing. Because every kid is going to like different things, and there might be some that are more interested in, like, gaming videos that aren't necessarily marked as for kids,
yes.
right?
And I think it's fine if those kids are on YouTube with, like, their parents' permission.
I do, too. And
that should be acknowledged, too, as a possibility.
Yeah, and there are some parents that might allow them to watch videos where they curse all the time if the parents don't care about that. But, so, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. As far as, I feel like the government's getting a bit too involved in this, too strict on it. It's a bit strange to me, the way they're handling it, but hey, I live in the USA.
Oh, here's the important thing, though. That video told me a lot of things that I didn't know. Apparently, there's some form that channels have to fill out by the end of the year, talking about if their channel as a whole...
Overall is for kids, yeah.
Well, geez, we got to do that, don't we?
Yeah, it's not for kids.
Well, yeah, but have we filled it out? It has to be done by the end of the year.
I think they're going to ask us. I don't know how you do it.
Well, no. I don't know what the repercussions are if you don't.
It's on your advanced, it's in the advanced settings. You can mark your channel as for kids or not. I think that's all it is.
Oh, okay. But yeah, but you were talking about how this stuff is already in effect, and I do realize it is to an extent, but it's like the greater weight of it isn't supposed to be into effect until the next year.
I don't think like they've deployed any AI that's detecting whether or not videos
But YouTube
comply.
always says that they don't, and then they always do. That's why
I don't think
we can't trust them at all.
I think they're
going by their track record.
Okay, I think soon they're gonna start rolling that out to let you know if the AI disagrees with your decision of whether or not it's kid friendly, and then start having the fines so people can kind of get an idea of what they're dealing with.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. I have a problem with just how heavy the impact of this is. Like, you make a video that's too like far in the other direction, too adult, too edgy. Well, then you don't make money off it. But if you're just in it for the entertainment, okay, so, it's too bad. I'm gonna starve to death. I don't have money. I'll just move back in with my parents. I mean, that's an oversimplification, but your video is too kid-friendly to the point where it's assumed that it's only for kids. Well, then guess what? Now it's blacklisted. It's not gonna be recommended to anybody. It won't show up on the home pages, and you have to. You don't just not get paid. You have to pay, possibly, the implications are. And that's just, like, so overboard for me. Like, imagine I start my channel, like, actually start uploading stuff to it, as I keep alluding to, this next year, and it's an animation, and it uses bright colors because, man, dude, I love bright colors. Like, seriously, I love bright colors. And I use characters popular with kids because I play video games that are popular with kids, and then suddenly they're like, you said this was an adult video, but it's definitely not. Pay $4,000. Is that it?
I don't know.
And I'm like,
that sounds like way too much, bro.
I don't have that money. It's at least $4,000.
That sounds way too high.
And then no one sees it either, so it was all for nothing. There's not even any rewards to reap.
I can kind of see where you're saying with the animation, but it seems unlikely to me.
I just really hope you're right.
I think
it's just a scary thing whenever
I can understand how people can
this much is being threatened.
Can think
regardless
that this
of how
could
often
be bad,
it happens.
And I can also see how this is kind of more than itself being bad is kind of just showing how YouTube is kind of declining as far as how strict they're getting with things and how it's affecting creators on the platform. But I think this specifically isn't going to have that big of an impact. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Of course, I think we're all hoping for that.
Because
that's what it boils down to,
other
really.
than some like large influential YouTubers that complain about this, like PewDiePie, most people are in the gray area. They don't swear a lot in their videos. Most of them don't get demonetized. and but they still make stuff that's not for kids. Think of like a tech review channel.
Yeah.
That's not for kids.
But that's what I'm saying.
But they also don't swear. It's just entertaining to like 13 to 20-year-olds.
I've made this deduction, and I've heard like 2 other people make this deduction. It's like you can't be too like edgy or adult, and you can't be too kid-friendly to the point where you're only for kids. If you fall in the middle of that, then YouTube is just going to become like information-based. It's all just going to be like tutorials and stuff.
In a way, kind of.
And that's so boring.
But I still think there's a lot of
It's literally like entertainment
Think
is
about
not
my
allowed.
content. It's definitely not for kids, but it's also very family-friendly.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering how COPPA is going to be interpreted into this, because like I said, they have a problem with is if any kids are being gathered data on. So if they find out that any kids are watching a video, that's technically a problem. Whether they deem it enough of a problem to take action, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
if one kid watches and they start gathering data,
there's way worse things that kids could be doing on the internet. So
duh.
You can't stop that. You can't stop everything. I mean,
it's all about making a statement, dude. That's what all
a kid could download Tor and buy guns illegally on the internet on the black market. Literally, and there's no way you can stop that. And I think that's a lot worse than watching a YouTube video with a swear word.
Imagine a world without them having access to YouTube, not YouTube Kids. How would they find out about Tor? Just to ask, because I can't help but that's how I found out about that stuff. YouTube.
I found about it through word of mouth, through people telling me.
Oh yeah, because you know black market people in real life.
You're right. Yeah.
You were talking with your buddies.
Yeah, my virtual gun dealer. He was like, "Dude, you got to get Tor. They're really cracking down on us." So.
Yeah, dude. I forgot about your scene, man.
Yeah, but I mean, the only thing I can think is some kid shows up on the kindergarten playground. Is like, "Dude, you never guess what I found. I was watching YouTube on my mom's iPad, and this hacker guy was talking about this browser that lets me buy guns.
You can buy guns.
We should all download it tonight and buy some guns.
We should all download it together." Buy guns at the same time.
Remember, you're going to need to get your parents' credit card, 3 numbers on the back, and the shipping is just your address. You can ask your parents for it. The guns will show up on your door. I don't know. That's a lot worse in my mind than a kid stumbling across a PewDiePie video where he swears.
Oh yeah, you mentioned PewDiePie before, and then you mentioned him now. We're not going to talk about his little controversy, because I feel like people already don't care anymore, because he's stumbled over
Didn't even hear about it.
Thousands. He's going on a break, though. He made a point.
Didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, you actually didn't hear about that?
Yeah, I haven't watched one of his videos.
Yeah, he is. I don't know how extensive this break is.
I haven't watched YouTube in a long time.
I don't know how extensive this break is, but it's crazy just to think of him taking a break, because he's always been this thing where he uploads at least 1 video a day.
Yeah, he talked about it.
But of course he deserves it.
He talked about it when he got married. He said he's probably going to go on a break.
Yeah, I thought he would go on the break like right after he was married, but it's been a little while.
I think he was figure out when and where.
But yeah, you enjoy your break, Felix. But what the funny thing was there was tons of like articles like saying PewDiePie quits YouTube.
The king is dead.
The king is dead. That's the perfect example. Yes. Which of course he had to make a full video. Oh yeah, they kept trying to like bring up his controversy again, like PewDiePie, controversial YouTuber, known for blah 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 blah.
Quits after controversy.
Quits.
Anti-Semitic Hitler.
Anti-Semitic Hitler. Oh, dude.
Hitler leaves YouTube.
Dude, no, they have the voice recognition.
No, we're demonetized.
We're demonetized.
I said Hitler. No.
No.
Yeah, all the Holocaust history videos are demonetized now.
Dude.
That's how flawed.
Do they link to like Wikipedia articles at the bottom too?
That is how flawed the system is. Like, there's probably historical videos talking about slavery and the Holocaust and whatnot, and they just get demonetized just because.
Demonetized.
Like, that's so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sure it doesn't work exactly like that, but in some ways.
PewDiePie may be gone for a while, but guess who's back? For longer than a while. ProJared.
Whoa. Also, Hitler.
Maybe. Oh, because controversy?
Yep, that's all we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I don't completely excuse ProJared, but we're not going to get into his controversy. The point is he's back to making videos. He kind of caught me by surprise. I wasn't sure how long it would take.
the Final Fantasy video?
Yeah, which is part of a series.
Yeah.
And it's been promising
I watched the first part of that, although I know nothing about
But then
Final Fantasy.
I thought that would be it for a while, but then I realized that was like just a few days before December started, and I was like, oh yeah, he has D in December.
Paint size.
Paint size?
Let's talk about that. You wrote paint size.
Oh, that's a joke topic? I'll get to that.
We have 1 minute left.
But then I was like, oh, so he's going to do at least one D&D video. And then I was like, but who knows how long that'll take. First day of December, he did it. And now he's been, like, doing one, like, almost, like, constantly since December started.
Nice.
And he's even started this thing where he's, like, playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. He's playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons, more or less, with the comment section. It's crazy. And all this after this huge drama.
Is he back on his gaming channel? Do you know?
Yeah, I know he's put at least some stuff up there. It's mostly now just Twitch clips, though.
Pretty impressive return.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, paint size. Let's talk about that.
That was a joke topic I had just in case, which is where I was going to talk about things that changed in technology. Paint.net, default canvas size is now 1,000 by 750 instead of 800 by 600. And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Mine is still 800 by 600.
Maybe you haven't updated, bro.
It would have asked me to update.
Well, dude,
or maybe I didn't know.
It's different now, I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure mine is still 800.
I'm not sure how I feel about it being divisible by 10s and 5s instead of 8s and 4s.
I hate both of them. I would rather it be 1280 by 720.
1280, that would be pretty good. Because that's everything I make for this channel is in that.
Yeah, because that's standard 16 by 9 resolution, dude. Or 16 to 9 resolution.
But I mean, I also use it to make sprites and stuff, which obviously that doesn't matter at all.
And then you just change it to 32, whatever you need. Power rule of twos. Wow.
And Beatbox, which I use to make my music, I already told you this, but you can copy and paste the bars now. That's so convenient.
Crazy.
None of you guys know what I'm talking about. Why'd you make me bring this up?
Advancements in freeware technology that we use.
I'm the king of using freeware for art. That is my thing. That is my shtick.
I'm pretty sure that's everybody's thing because Adobe is way too expensive.
Yeah, that's why we pirated it.
No, Jonathan, the government.
First we're demonetized, now we're arrested. The FBI is knocking on our door.
This is a much bigger problem. They're gonna find about the guns.
Oh, dude, what about the drugs?
About the drugs? I feel like guns is worse than drugs. Illegal drugs or guns. I feel like it is. I mean, with illegal drugs,
it depends.
With illegal drugs, I can kill myself very fast.
Is it just your weed, or are they gonna find your meth?
No, I don't care. I don't care how bad the drug is. I can kill myself with drugs, but I can kill a lot more people with guns.
And yourself.
See what I'm saying? And myself. If I
took a dark turn.
All I'm saying is guns are much more deadly than drugs.
Yeah, you have a good point though. But of course, you actually can legally own guns, whereas if a drug is illegal,
but if you buy them online, then it's not legally owned.
But like, I mean, how do they go through the background to see if you got it legally or not? Well, you gotta have a license. But then even then, how do they know you used? Yeah, I don't know.
By tracking your internet, which is why I use Tor.
Ooh. Which is why I use Tor. Download it now.
Only thing I've used Tor for, you know what I use Tor for? I downloaded. You can download Tor. The website is blocked, of course, on school Wi-Fi, but you can download it through alternative backdoor means onto a school computer, and from there I use it to, I guess, do whatever I want. But in my case, I used it to listen to AJR's album on YouTube, which was blocked on YouTube, while I worked in SciViz at C-Tech. And I listened to it every day. Shout out to AJR.
Yes.
I went through so many hurdles. It was in Spanish too because of the VPN through Tor. I went through so many hurdles.
I zoned out while you were talking. I'm sure you could see it on my face.
Did,
but then you said AGR, and I was like, oh, that's one of my favorite bands.
No response to anything that I said.
AJR snapped me back out of it, and now I got, hey, but if I break my face.
Yeah. So you actually have no clue what I said. I said I used Tor.
You said it got you through something.
I used Tor so that I could listen to their album.
Really? Dude,
because
that's awesome.
It was blocked, so I used that to listen to it, which I listened to every day at like one of my classes while I worked on 3D modeling, which, by the way, was my favorite thing ever.
Okay, the only thing I was gonna say.
Nope, too late. We're running out of time.
We promised we would talk about the channel.
We have to end it. Oh yeah, good point.
I was gonna ask if you saw any of the game awards because you said Reggie and that made me think of it.
Most people said it's boring, but I saw clippets.
All I saw was the part with Reggie. I liked his discussion about indie game developers and how every game developer starts as an indie game developer. And then he talked about Miyamoto and the late Iwata, and it was very nice.
I didn't hear a speech. Anyways, about the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
That was a bit loud.
Yeah. That's all he has to say, apparently.
First off, just letting you know, we're going through with our idea, no matter how rushed it might be, to do a Christmas special podcast.
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about... We can talk about that later, but I'm thinking...
Which means I need to make some art.
I'm thinking at this point that it might be better to actually record it on Christmas morn.
Yeah, but then when will we upload it?
Christmas.
Christmas.
I mean, we're doing this on the day that it's going up.
Yes,
so
true. But, I wanted people to be able to see it on Christmas whenever it was most convenient for them, so as early as possible.
Well, they're probably going to be opening presents. So in the afternoon would work fine.
Yes.
Anyways, continue.
Since Jason doesn't want to associate with me on his channel, we're bringing over gameplay and all sorts of stuff. We're going to do it. I haven't told you this yet. It's going to happen.
Oh, we already talked about
as soon
this
as we get Super Mario Strikers... But did we tell them?
No.
We're going to... As soon as Super Mario Strikers Charge starts working, we're going to smear so much peanut butter on it. Dude, so much peanut butter. It started working and then it stopped working.
The game is so good.
The game is fun.
Well, I asked for it for Christmas, and I really hope I got it.
But... I didn't get it for you. I'll say that much.
I know.
Because I want it to start working. Because you don't want to pay for the game twice.
Listen.
GameStop, why do you only give us broken things?
I feel like, because it was used. But I feel like the best gift that Dad
was used and not for sale in the USA.
Like, Dad legitimately cared. Like, he was trying to get that to work for us. He even tried to clean it.
Yeah, he really slathered that peanut butter on good.
If there was one gift that he...
Sorry, peanut butter, as he says.
If there was one gift that he would get from me, it would be that. But I feel like he didn't. But I really wish he did because I asked for it. I really wanted that because it doesn't work.
I promised I'd buy you the Metroid Prime trilogy, but I'm scared to pass through him, who's afraid to buy anything online. But now we buy stuff online all the time, so I think I'll get you that for Christmas. Before the Wii U eShop closes.
The channel.
That's mostly it.
Okay, so in other words, we're gonna be doing other stuff than podcasts.
Yes.
And you're going to be editing that?
Well, I was going to explain, because I realized...
You're going to be editing that?
I realized that... How many subscribers does this channel have?
Like 7.
Dude, you know how I said that sometimes I practice for these by, playing out a conversation in my mind? In my mind, I said, how many subscribers do we have?
And I said, 7.
Well, actually, I think I started off by saying, I think we have 7, and then you went and checked, and then it ended there because I don't actually know. But I was right! I remember all of you guys. One of you guys for every day of the week.
Watch it be 11. I'm going to check. Anyways, so you're going to edit this? The gaming stuff?
Yeah, well...
And more than gaming, what I talked about...
It would be nice if you helped.
What I talked about was Rhett and Link style stuff.
Yes. The thing is, I realized that even if every single one of my subscribers, our subscribers, watched our videos, which already there's not many of them. But even more so, let's say. 10, yo!
Dude, that's so
2 more and I'll have 1 for every month of the year.
Yeah.
Even if the highest number of views I've ever gotten was the same for every single video we had, it still wouldn't justify the amount of work I put into some of this with the animations and stuff.
It'll all pay off.
And I realized that I'm using this channel, while I do care about entertaining people, as an outlet and an excuse just to talk about stuff and also just to make animations. So, since I want to play video games, I might as well use it as an outlet for that too, especially since I know that'll entertain people as well. And I mean, I don't get to talk with you enough. It's nice to have a period of time where we're obligated to talk with each other. I don't get to play video games with you enough. Obligated gameplay. Let's do this. Dude, let's go.
The problem is that I wanted to do taste tests of candy and food and whatnot. Yeah, but that would involve you showing your face.
Yeah, no, I just gotta put a little door flap, like a doggy door flap over my mouth of my mask, and then I eat.
Just reveal your face, do it in an epic animation style.
No, see the thing is, reveal it animated.
Yeah, do one of your cool animations, but for your face reveal.
That's planned, but for the future.
Yeah, the future is now, kid.
The future is now.
The future is now, boomer.
Do you want to end on that?
Sure. mean, it's up to you because you're editing.
We still got plenty of topics, but those will have to be on the Christmas episode.
For later today or tomorrow.
Along with Christmas-centric topics. So join us next time.
And a discussion of whether or not we did in fact get strikers charged.
Join us next time, most likely sometime between 2 a.m. and 2:22 p.m. or something.
2 a.m.?
Yeah, that was when I originally wanted to upload the Christmas episode early. Because we always do it at 2, but it's usually 2 p.m. That way it would be up like all day.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.